Hey guys, so today I want to just quickly respond to a question that I got recently. The question that I've been asked was basically regarding Sadhguru's lifestyle, and that person has read that there's some accusations and rumors floating around in the internet that he would live a very luxurious lifestyle while Isha, the organization, would exploit the volunteers basically and extract free labor from them, while Sadhguru is living in this luxury. I lived in the ashram for 3 years, so I have a little bit of insight, and I can see how people might think that it's exploitation when they are just looking at it and only see on the surface what's going on, in the sense that there's work happening, there's no payment. It's different from what they know, so it must be some exploitation. Now, one thing is whether or not Sadhguru is living in luxury, I'm gonna talk about it after. But why these people are working for free is not because they are hired for the work or because the work needs to be done. And they're not able to or not willing to pay them for it. The volunteering is a tool for people who walk on the spiritual path to work on themselves, to do something with absolute involvement, without having any interest in, without being incentivized through monetary ways. It's basically a tool to practice getting involved in whatever somebody is doing right now in the moment, 100%, just for the sake of it, basically. Just to learn that if you do something with full involvement, no matter what it is, whether you are doing some super important task or whether you're just cleaning the floor, that if you just do it with full involvement, that it has some other meaning and that it's becoming a tool, a very powerful tool for you. So to learn that, you have to go through it, and you can't do it if you have it's all about incentives. If you attract people for money, then people will come for money. If you take away the money, then only people will come who want to do it anyway. And there's no distraction about that. So volunteering, has a very long tradition in the yogic science, in the yogic traditions. It's called karma yoga also. And people have been doing it forever. You can see all these monks walking around, and even Buddha told them, they should beg for what they need on that day. They should never take anything which they need on the next day or something like that. So it's basically a tool for one's growth. And the ashram itself, the meaning is that, it's a place for your growth. So it's an opportunity that is given to people to work on themselves. Okay, now you could say this is all a pretense to make them work for free, and then they're living that luxurious lifestyle. So I don't know where these people take that idea that Sadhguru lives in luxury. I have some idea, probably because maybe they see him when he's meeting, and I don't know, maybe he's driving in a fancy car, his fancy clothes, maybe a nice watch, and maybe from that they they deduce that he must live in big luxury. Now the thing is this: whoever has been around Sadhguru for just a little bit of time, I've met him on several occasions. I mean, I've been around him here and there. I could observe him. And in me personally, there's no doubt that he has no interest whatsoever in any material things. If I just think about it, it's quite amusing to think that he would be like planning on extracting free work in order to accumulate some material wealth or whatever. Yeah, but maybe people think about it like that. Now the thing is, I mean, why is he wearing nice clothes? Why is he driving nice cars? Why is he wearing a nice watch? Stuff like that, You have to understand one thing, which is really crucial here. That, I mean, Sadhguru's vision is really to have a huge impact in the world. And he's very clear that in order to have an impact in the world, you have to have an impact on the leaders in the world. Okay, because if you have an impact on a leader, that leader himself is gonna have an impact on maybe 100, maybe 1,000, maybe 10,000 other people, depending on what kind of position he holds. Okay, so you have a huge leverage if you focus on leaders, because it will trickle down on the rest of the world. Okay, I mean, I think like 80% of the wealth in the world is like owned by, I don't know, maybe 2% of the people. It's like, so if you impact like this 2%, just to give an example, you will have a huge impact on the world. Now, if he has to be around these people, he has to be around these conferences, these businesses, where he's going to meet them. And he is invited to all kind of conferences and businesses and stuff. I mean, he can't just go there in like a loincloth. Even he wouldn't care. He wouldn't care to walk around naked. But you can't, I mean, he has to basically, act according whatever role he's performing in that moment, whatever he's trying to achieve. So, I mean, that's just super, a very simple reason. Another one is, of course, I mean, he says there's nothing wrong with paying attention to aesthetics. Even people on the spiritual path, in the ashram, they dress nicely. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with material well-being. All the volunteers who live in the ashram, they have a great life. They're well taken care of. They're fed. It's a simple lifestyle, but still, they don't lack anything. And yeah, like I said, if you just are around Sadhguru for like some time, you'll just realize how crazy it is what he's doing actually. The kind of life he lives, the kind of schedule he has. Okay, I know people very close who are, who have been like very, very close, right next to him. I, on several occasions, was very close to him, and I see the insanity in his schedule. There's not a free minute in his day-to-day life, which is not like, which he doesn't spend in a way which ultimately is for the benefit of other people. I've been on the hike to Kailash, where where you go in groups. It's like a trek to this mountain in the Himalayas. It's a sacred mountain, and they take every year. They take like several groups there, and so people go in groups, and the groups are like driving there with like a 1-day gap, so that it's not like one huge massive group of, let's say, 200 people, but instead it's like 5 groups or whatever of maybe 30-40 people. And this is like, for many people, a super challenging journey to go up there because of the altitude and the weather conditions. It's super exhausting for most people. Sadhguru was in his car, and what he did is he would basically, while all the groups are just going there slowly up in one direction, he would be driving back and forth to meet all the groups in different spaces, to be there with them, spend time with them, give satsangs for them, so that they would have the privilege of spending time with him. While the groups would drive to one place, stay there for some break, he would just drive back and forth, having no time whatsoever to take a rest. It's basically insane, and anybody who has not seen that is not able to judge that, obviously. So yeah, the other thing which you always have to keep in mind when you read these things in the internet, which most of the time will be in some kind of anonymous forums, you will not just try this out. Just look for any person in life which has in any area some kind of success or is well known, and show me one where you won't find some negative publicity about that person. It's happening for so many reasons. I mean, some people are honest in their concerns, others might have other reasons, I don't know, but it's completely natural these things happen, that people start talking negative about other people. Maybe they just can't understand how this would be possible otherwise. How could that person, actually do this kind of things without bad intentions? How could be a person like that? So, just because you find something negative, that doesn't make it the truth. I would always really encourage everyone to, just discard most of these opinions and just make try to get as close to a first-hand experience as possible. Alright, that's about my insight into Sadhguru's lifestyle. If you have doubts, just go to one of his programs, satsangs, whatever. I would say once you meet him, any doubts would be removed anyway, because you can experience him. Alright guys, I'll be in touch soon. Bye.